Do you know that as of today, in 2026, that America is still experiencing shortage of doctors? Do you know that? Hello and welcome back to another video. If this is your first time coming across this face, coming across my video, my name is Victoria. I'm a nurse practitioner, a content creator, an entrepreneur. I talk about nursing, I talk about living with longevity in mind, any information that's going to benefit your health and wellness. That's what you're going to hear from me. Okay? 3 nurses approached me this month of April, okay? Differently. And each of them were asking me a question about nurse practitioner specialties and their role. I did speak to them, and I also promised them that I will make a video, okay, regarding this role and their responsibility. And this is really like a topic that I have in my planner for it's more than 2 years, because I've posted the reason why I decided to become a nurse practitioner. And the other thing on my post was like to discuss nurse practitioner specialties and their role. But it's more than 2 years that I posted that video on my YouTube. But for some reason, I never came back to discuss and talk about nurse practitioner specialties and roles. But hey, I think it's time for it. For 3 nurses, different time, requesting from me to make this video. I think the video is long overdue. They requested for the specialties and their role. But I thought about it. I was like, you know, if you really want to go into specialty, it's really important that you understand the foundation. You understand how this program came about. You understand the rationale behind the creation of the program. In today's video, I'm going to start with the emergence of nurse practitioners in the United States. A nurse practitioner is an advanced practice registered nurse who is highly trained to provide comprehensive, high-quality, patient-centered care. The emergence of nurse practitioners started in the 1960s due to the shortage of doctors in the primary care setting. By 1965, the nurse practitioner programs were established at the University of Colorado under a doctor called Loretta Ford and Dr. Henry Silver. Their purpose at that time was to focus on providing primary care services to pediatric patients, which are children who are in underserved area. Healthcare service wasn't accessible to them. So the goal of creating nurse practitioner program was to fill in that gap of providing pediatric healthcare access to, especially to underserved area, as of that 1965. Because the focus was on children, the first MP program that was created was pediatric nurse practitioners. So for that reason, pediatric nurse practitioner is the first nurse practitioner program that was created in the United States. By 1970 to 1980, many more nurse practitioner programs developed around the country and in different specialties. So by 1970s, the family nurse practitioner was developed. Adult care nurse practitioner also was developed at that time. By 1976, the National Organization of Nurse Practitioners Faculties was established. They came to help standardize education for MPs and also certification process. After they stepped in, the states around the country saw the step and the boldness of this organization. So they came together and passed a law recognizing nurse practitioners as primary care providers. After this recognition, MPs were practicing independently. MPs were able to prescribe medication. By 1990, many states around the country have already seen the impact of the nurse practitioner role. They all agreed and gave nurse practitioner full practice authority. Okay, so this full practice authority have some restrictions, okay, because as of 2026, only 27 states in America have full practice authority for nurse practitioners. Okay, in New York, nurse practitioners have full practice authority under this condition that when you graduate from school and you start working, you have to work 3,600 hours alongside a doctor in the same specialty that you work in. After 3,600 hours, then you are qualified to practice independently. After you probably get experience and feel more comfortable, you can open your own private practice. There is full practice authority, there is reduced practice authority, and there is restrictive practice. Okay? When it comes to reduced practice authority, this is the one that a new nurse practitioner that newly graduated from school, you probably haven't worked before, no experience, and you start working in a clinic or in a hospital, any setting that hires you as a brand new nurse practitioner, you will have to sign a collaborative physician agreement, meaning that you have to work under a supervision of a doctor until you achieve that 3,600 clinical hours that is required for you to practice independently. 27 states have full practice authority, and more than 20 states still have restrictive practice. Restrictive practice means that you are not allowed to practice on your own without the supervision of a doctor. So it's really important that if you are interested to become a nurse practitioner, you really need to know and understand the law that governs the state where you live, okay? Where I live, we have full practice authority. As soon as you get your 3,600 hours, you can practice independently. So familiarize yourself with the state where you live in and know the kind of law that governs the nurse practitioners who practice in that state, okay? So in that same 1990, American Association of Nurse Practitioners emerged. After their establishment, they started advocating for nurse practitioners, collectively providing their voice for the profession. And today, American Association of Nurse Practitioners is one of the organizations that have certification exam that nurse practitioners take as soon as they graduate from their nurse practitioner school. Out of 195 countries in the whole world, about 70 countries have nurse practitioners, with the highest density found in the United States, the Netherlands, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand. These are the countries that have the highest amount of nurse practitioners. So from 2000 until now, nurse practitioners have multiple specialties and they work at different settings, okay? When you go to a home care, you're gonna see a nurse practitioner. I have worked as a home care nurse practitioner. When you want telehealth services, you're gonna find a nurse practitioner. I do telehealth service, okay? I do that. When you go to the hospitals, you're gonna see nurse practitioners. You go to the clinic, you're gonna find them. You go to schools, you're gonna find them. The specialty is really broad and their role is really impactful in healthcare. So I'm really thankful to the nurses, the 3 nurses that approached me, that actually made me to make this video. I'm really thankful to you guys. And the next part of this video is gonna be the nurse practitioner specialties and their role. If this video resonates with you, or you know someone that you can share this video with, go ahead and share. And I'll see you all in my next one. Bye now.